All right, guys, how y'all doing today? Today we're gonna talk about line diameter, specifically on 6 pound line, and I'm gonna show you why I always use. Well, I use all of these. I use all of these lines, all for different situations. But this one, this seagull, I've been using for years, and I'm gonna show you why it's the best line for sac-a-lait fishing. Y'all call them crappie. We call them sac-a-lait. I'm from Louisiana. First thing you want to look for, I always look for cast stability. So it's going to be the thickness of your line half the time. 6 pound line is usually around 0.010 on your as far as your millimeters on and stuff like that, right? So that's the thickest you'll get on 6 pound. Now check this one out. This 6 pound right here, 0.009. This Seaguar, 0.008. See how it's going down? It's getting, the diameter is getting thinner and thinner. The Vicious and the Seaguar Invis. By the way, this cast horrible. I will only really use this as leader line, or if you're gonna vertical jig. This has horrible castability. The Vicious has great castability. All right, guys. So once you start getting into the 0.007 diameter, you start talking about 4 pound and 2 pound test line. You see that? 0.007 average diameter, and it's actually this is 2 pound test line. See, this is a strand magnet thin. It's 4 pound test, but it has 2 pound diameter, and that's where the Seaguar red label is awesome, because it has 0.007 diameter. All right, I was disturbed. This diameter on this 6 pound red label is 0.007 diameter, 0.185 millimeters, and check that out. 0.177 average diameter, and that's 252 millimeters. So what you're looking at is, I'm sorry, that's meters. They comparing the yards to the meters right there. But the 0.177 and the 0.185, right? So I got 6 pound test line. I can hold up to a 6 pound fish now. Now with a Palomar knot, I know I can get up to a 7 pound fish for sure. Now this is 2 pound test line, and this is 6 pound test line. But I have better diameter on this line. I could cast further and catch a better fish on this line. And let me tell you something about this Bass Pro Tourney, this 2 pound test line. This is great line right here, and it only cost me, I think, about $3. Great line. But man, if I could hold a bigger fish at 6 pound test line, and I don't have to use 2, I'd go here. So this line is thinner than all of the rest of my 6 pound test lines. Well, I got a lot of line, so it ain't the only ones I have, but you know what I mean. So make sure y'all get a look at that Seaguar. The only thing is the knot strength isn't as good, as great as let's say the Suffix. Great knot strength. Even the Vicious has good knot strength. I've caught some nice 4.5, 5 pound bass on these on some pretty jacked up Vicious line, and still was able to get them in. Vanish. Man, I keep getting disturbed. Look into it, trust me. It doesn't have super ultra knot strength. I'm gonna show you something right quick. This right here is Seaguar red label, but you see this one comes with the, I think this is the one with the increased knot strength, 30% knot strength or something like that. It's actually a little better. See, damn, I don't know where's the label at, but this one has increased knot strength. This is the 8 pound right here, which is also good line, and I get good cast stability from this line also. And this is a 8 pound test line. It's 0.009 average diameter, and guess what? That's equal to about 6 pound test line right there. So I can give me a nice catch a large bass on 8 pound test line, and I got increased knot strength. So these lines these fishing lines that Seaguar make, man, I'm telling you, I've caught a lot of fish, thousands upon thousands of fish. I'm gonna show you something else too, guys. Give me a second. This is also 6 pound test line. It's P line. This is the moss green one. And let me tell you something, man. The diameter on this one, I think, is equivalent to let me see. I think it's equivalent to this one. It's equivalent to this one, which is 0.20 millimeters, right? Average diameter. Maybe a little thinner than that. But let me tell you something. It's something about moss green fishing line. I have caught so many fish off this P line, off this color. It is insane. I'm talking about about 70% of the fish I caught in my lifetime, the good fish anyway, have come off this P line. And I wouldn't tell bass anglers to use this, but if you fish for saccalate and you want something that's, fluorocarbon is borderline see-through, and if you fish in Louisiana, they ain't gonna be able to see this because most of our water is murky and not as clear. But man, I gotta say, out of these two guys, man, I may have caught more fish off this one, but I'm starting to catch more fish off of this one in recent years. But I just wanted to throw this line in here because it's great. But make sure, man, I know a lot of guys that come out there fishing with, I don't use nothing but 10-pound test line fishing for saccalate, won't, and that's okay. But I mean, I'm looking for diameter. I'm looking for something stealthy. You know what I'm saying? Most people, I don't even think people use suffix, man. And this is a great line right here. I caught thousands of fish off of this suffix out right here also. This is monofilament. But I'm going to tell you right now, it has nothing on this fluorocarbon right here. Nothing. And even though this is the thickest 6-pound line I ever bought right here, at what was that? That was 0.25 millimeter. Man, let me tell you something, man. This is some great monofilament line. It has great knot strength. I've winged in some like 25-pound Asian carp on this line. That's setting the drag, of course, not just bringing them in. But yeah, that's a good line right there. But when it comes to these two right here, they really set themselves apart, man. A lot of y'all probably don't like P-line because y'all fishing for bass and a big bass to snap it up. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I've caught some big bass on this line. I wouldn't recommend pulling a bass clean out of the water on 6-pound test line, but I never had a saccalate to break that line. I done caught 2-pound saccalate, 2.5-pound saccalate, but I ain't get that 3-pounder I've been looking for. But I bet y'all can put a 3-pounder in on that line. And I always tie Palomar knots no matter what, guys. So yeah, man, look those lines up, man. Go to your Cabela's. I think Cabela's are the only ones gonna have a 6-pound line. And Bass Pro, you will not be able to find this in Academy or nowhere else. On the P-line, you could get that from Academy. All right, so that's it, y'all. If y'all fishing for saccalate, any kind of panfish, those are the ones I represent. I recommend right here. And even if you wanted to go 4, that'll be good. 4-pound test line or 2. Don't be afraid of 2-pound test line. Please don't be afraid of 2-pound test line. Do not be afraid of 2-pound test line. People are like, I can't get in no fish, man. I'd have caught some giant fish off 2-pound test line. You wouldn't believe it. It's all about the kind of knot that you tie. If you come out here tying that old granny knot, it's gonna snap. Learn how to tie a Palomar knot. Learn how to tie a fisherman's knot. I wouldn't put a loop knot here. Sometimes I get brave and put loop knots on 6-pound, but I really don't go loop knots as much as I used to because they break too easy, right? I don't want to catch that big fish and risk breaking something. So that's it, guys. So take it easy, man. God bless.